Capricorn. I'm going to be doing your yearly 2019 reading, and this can be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I'm going to be using a 12 card spread, 12 cards for 12 months, each card for each month for the whole year of 2019. And then I'm also going to wrap up the year with a center lesson card, and I'll be working with the Spirit Song Tarot that works through animals. Before we begin, I am going to start with an energy clearing. Alright, and let's start with some shuffling. Alright, Capricorn, set some intentions, whatever you're feeling, we'll put into the cards as I shuffle. We'll see what's coming up for you guys this year. Alright, Capricorn, what is in store for you? Adjust this. Okay. All right. And then we'll do the last card. I'm very precise with the setups, so just wanted to make that nice for you guys. Bam. Fix this. All right. Go. All right, and then we can begin. So, for the first month in January of 2019 for Capricorn, we have sacral chakra. So it seems like you're going to be coming into this new year sparking up your creativity, getting some projects going, just being in your driven, creative, passionate energy. You could also be like, opening up this chakra in ways where you're really like opening up with your sexuality and being really creative in that area, and you're just really motivated and really active, and you're just stimulated and ready, like you're driven, to do something great this year because you have all these cool creative ideas, right? Because Capricorns, you guys are very like driven towards your goals. You're very successful, and you're very practical about how you go about, making progress in your work. So you guys are all about dedication and being loyal to your work. So I can definitely just see you guys really sparking up your creativity in this first month. Also, if the chakra is not balanced for you, starting this year in January, you might just need to, do some yoga, some meditation, just doing some moving through your body to kind of help open up those areas. So that's what I get from there. In February, we have rejoice and celebration. The green is the emotional realm. So I think you have a lot to celebrate and rejoice. You have a lot to celebrate about and a lot to rejoice in, because maybe in this past year of 2018, you got a lot accomplished and you got a lot done. And now you're coming into this new year like, wow, I've really grown, and I'm like, I've gotten so much like accomplished in ways that I wanted it to get done, and now I'm just like ready to celebrate and like pat myself on the back and just rejoice in all the hard work that I've just done, and and then like be excited for what you're looking forward to in this new year, because I get the feeling like you guys did have to do a lot in this past year of 2018, and it took a lot of energy out of you. So now you're coming into this new year like confident, like you're like, wow, like look at me, like I've already done so much and I've been so successful with my life so far. So yeah, I'm gonna rejoice in that. I'm gonna celebrate with friends and family and just feel good in that. You also could be like you could be celebrating for something else too, like maybe you get a raise in February and money's looking better for you, or maybe like you accomplish something else in a project that you've had and you've been working on for a while and now you're celebrating. Or it could just be like coming together with family and partying and just reconnecting. Whatever it is, like the number 3 is all about unity and harmony. So you're coming together with those you care about and you guys are rejoicing in your accomplishments together. And then in March, we have truth. Okay, so in the tarot, this would be, let's see, would be judgment. So maybe in March, it's time to go through the truth of the matter in your position and where you're at. And that all the details you need to go over to be honest with yourself about how you're going to move forward and strive in this year ahead of you, and what things you might have to get done, but you might have to get some alone time to go over those things so you can like honestly assess everything and figure out, what's going to need some work and some more mending and some more just time and devotion, so you can like make more progress with your life this year. But you have to be honest with yourself and how you're going to make those decisions and how you're going to move forward. And then in April, we have disruption. In the tarot, this would be the Tower. So maybe like, there are some things within you that are being disrupted, and there's some changes you might be resisting to within yourself that maybe you're just not ready for, and that's why you're resisting. You're kind of just like, no, like I don't want to give way to this change. Maybe there are some things you haven't, gotten to be able to sit with yourself, and you haven't been honest with yourself about, and now like source is showing you, okay, it's time to see this, it's time to change. Like as much as maybe you're restricting and holding yourself down to not changing, maybe it is time for you to like let some things go within yourself that have been needing some shedding, and maybe you're just having a hard time shedding. Like maybe you're very attached to this old identity of yourself that maybe was a identity of yourself that you enjoyed and could have been successful at one point and could have been something like you really were comfortable with, but now maybe this new change you're going through in your life is telling you like that identity of yourself is no longer helping you and is no longer helping you move forward in what you need to do in this growth process, and maybe you're just having a hard time like shedding and letting that go to really like connect to the identity of who you're meant to be in yourself right now in this year. And so I just see like the more you resist, the more difficult it's going to be to accept what's going to happen for you ahead of time. And, just what is going to need your energy and dedication and focus in order to like move past all these other obstacles that might be coming your way. It can go a lot of different ways, but I'm just getting, do not resist to the changes. Allow yourself to evolve and to just let go of patterns and habits within yourself that are no longer needed, because you can't stay attached. Capricorn, I know you guys sometimes get pretty comfortable and with like routine and just with the things that you're familiar with and what you're used to, and you have a hard time with change. But sometimes honestly change is for your benefit, it's for your growth, and it's going to help you in discovering yourself in the most positive way possible. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be resistant to it. Allow the changes to take place so that they can set in more smoothly and not so like, in a way that's disrupted. And then in May, we have emotional withdrawal. Yeah, so I see that you might need to take some alone time to sit with your feelings and what you need to shift. And maybe that's exactly what you need to be able to like shed and let some of these things go. Maybe there's some feelings that you haven't like put your attention to, that you've neglected yourself emotionally, and it's time to like really sit with yourself alone and reflect over like what is it in you that needs some healing, some shedding, so then you can surrender and release to what's been holding you down in this area, because maybe you've just had a hard time sitting with your emotions. Sometimes Capricorns, you guys can have a hard time dealing with your emotions and revealing that to yourself or to others, so you kind of tend to kind of just keep that hidden on the inside. But I'm just like getting the feeling that it's time to not put your feelings to the side. You really need to sit with your feelings and ask yourself in your heart space, like, all right, what's going on? Like, what have I denied myself of? What do I need to heal that's been hurting? Because this is kind of what I'm getting. Like, maybe you've been hurting in some areas and you've denied some healing in those areas and some changes because maybe you're afraid to really face the facts in what you're feeling. Whatever it is, it's going to be very important for you to get that alone time to reflect over everything in your feelings and how you can work through them, mend them, and heal them. And then in June, we have Triumph. Okay. So, in the tarot, let's see. This would be the Chariot. So yeah, I see that after you go through some internal work, you're going to be ready to drive yourself forward and make the changes happen. And you're going to be very confident. You're going to be very determined to get to your destination and where you need to go. And you're going to be very focused in the process of the work and in the journey of it to get to where you want to go. But, you know, as long as you're not letting anything distract you from your goal, from what you're focusing on, because this person's determined, like, they're charging ahead, like, they're ready to move ahead, they're ready to move forward, they're ready to get to where they need to go, like, they're on the go. So, you know, as long as you, like, you stay focused and you don't let anyone get in your way and where you need to go to make progress, then you're gonna make this positive movement forward. And then in July, we have fulfillment of wishes. So this man is like the genie. Whatever you have for, whatever goals you have in mind for yourself of things that you want this year, you can have that. So, you know, because the genie, he grants whatever wishes you want that you have. Whatever you're wishing and you're hoping for that can be manifested for you this year can happen and it can be fulfilled. Maybe you're wishing for things to get easier and smoothed out in your career and make more money. Maybe you're wishing for, you know, for whatever pain you've been dealing with in your emotions to heal. Maybe you're wishing for just like a better position for yourself in your life that is more like, you know, comfortable, that's giving you like more feelings of happiness instead of feelings of maybe sorrow and, you know, and just attachment to things that are not helping you improve. A lot of things could be things that you're wishing for this year, but it seems like as long as you focus on those things and what you want, they will be manifested. You just have to believe in order to receive, and then those manifestations can take place. And then in August, we have Passion Ignited. And the purple is the color for spirituality in this deck. So yeah, you, honestly, you're really like sparking up a lot of love and warmth and passion within you. I think after going through so much in this process of all the phases you've had to go through with yourself, now you're like, your flame is being sparked and that's what's driving you, and you're realizing what you're really passionate about, and you're seeing now like the things you want to start and begin for yourself, because now you're ready. Like after having to do all this internal work and other work that you've had to do physically, now you're reaching this point of, okay, now I'm ready, I'm passionate, I'm ready to ignite and spark these other areas of my life that have been dull, and I'm ready to make some changes, and I'm ready to do what I love, because that's what's been driving me in my heart and in my life. So I'm just getting that you'll reach a point where maybe after like going through some hard things, you're going to get charged up again, and you're going to be in your passion, and you're going to be really excited for the creative things that are going to be ahead of you that you're going to create. And then in September, we have emotional loss. So I think you might need to make some more space for what you're going to be creating in order for those new things that you're creating to come into your life, to have that space, because whatever you're holding on to is taking up space. It could be like, because when you have these unhealthy attachments, they take up a lot of space to the point where it's like it's not doing you any good to like allow, you know, the positive changes that are trying to work their way in if you're still holding on to things that you know you need to let go of. Okay, because when you're having a hard time letting go of your pain and letting go of memories and letting go of a person or people that are no longer good for you, you kind of just drown yourself in the sorrow, you see, because this man seems like he feels a lot of sorrow and he's holding on to it, and he doesn't even realize it. Like, he's not even looking at what he's holding on to. He's kind of lost in thought, right? So I get the feeling like you're holding on to some sorrow. You're holding on to maybe some people that you know in your heart are really not good for you. And you're just having a really hard time letting go because you're very attached to it, because you're very familiar with it. And you have a hard time of letting go of things that are familiar to you, that you have grown to love. And, you know, it's okay, Capricorn. It can be very difficult to let go of what you're familiar with, but at the same time, if you have all these great things that you know you want to come into your life, you gotta make some space, and you gotta allow yourself to surrender and let go and shed so better things can come for you, because better things will, but you really have to allow yourself to just let go instead of hold on. And then in October, we have foundation and achievements. So I think you will get to a point where you will let go and you will make that space for yourself. And then these big shifts are going to take place in your life that are going to create a really stable foundation for you. And you're going to achieve all the goals that you've, you know, set yourself to do. And you're gonna be in a very comfortable space, and you're gonna be happy and content because you've gotten to the place where you wanted to be, right? But you just had to let some things go to get there. And so, and also, like, if you're planning to move to a new home, this could be a sign that you're gonna reach that place and you're gonna find that home with your family or just with yourself, and you're gonna be very happy about that because you've been seeking that. It could also just symbolize, if you're not moving, you just finally get to a stable place in your life where you're very happy with the results, and you're on a very strong foundation, and you're in a place that you've really been envisioning for yourself in a long time, but now you're finally getting the rewards for it. So that's what I'm getting from that. And then in November, we have recognition and reward. Yeah. So you're going to do all this hard work, you're going to get recognized for it, and then you're going to get rewarded for it, and you're going to come out a champ, because you guys are very dedicated workers. When you set your mind and heart to something, you get the work done, and then you get how should I put it? You reap the rewards from it. And so whatever you're setting yourself to do this year, whatever you're intending to do that you're really setting your mind to, you're going to come out a winner, and you're going to come out stronger and very successful in the areas that you've been putting all your heart and energy into, and people will recognize you for that. So that's just a really good reminder that you are going to come out way stronger than, you know, how you began this year. And then to wrap up the year in December, we have rest and rejuvenate. And the blue is the intellectual realm. Yeah, so I think after doing all this hard work and this labor and these tests that you had to go through emotionally, you're going to reach a point where now it's time to rest. Good job, Capricorn. Now, like, lay down, sit down, slow down. Like, let your body rejuvenate itself and recharge, because after you've done so much, it's time to just, like, give yourself what you need. Nurture yourself. Like, you know, besides, like, that pat on the back, now you gotta, like, love yourself up and let your body get what it needs, so then you can be ready for the next things that you're gonna do and the projects that you're gonna start. But in order to have energy to be ready to move into the next year after 2019, you gotta rest and rejuvenate and allow yourself that time to give your body what it needs. And once you do, then you'll be able to again, like, move forward and start something up again. And then to wrap up for the lesson of the whole year, we have Ace of Acorns. Creative force and confidence are the keywords, and it's a ram. So, and this is in the tarot, this would be the Ace of Wands, which is connected to the element of fire. So again, being in that passionate drive. I'll read this one to you. All right, let's see. So, confident ram is your guide as you strive to live life to its fullest. Revved up and raring to go, he's filled to the brim with the passion to prosper and grow. New bursts of energy are propelling you to begin something that will manifest your greatest dreams and desires. Let your enthusiasm lead the way in pursuing a new project. May your expanding imagination spark the creation of exciting new ventures. Keywords: creative force, confidence, energy, action, power, and passion. Yeah, Capricorn, honestly, like, that is, like, the best lesson to be receiving for you in this whole year. That completely makes sense with everything that's been showing in these cards. And honestly, be very confident in yourself this year. You have a lot that's going to be fulfilled in what you're going to do and what you're going to strive for. And you're going to continue to grow and prosper. And you're really going to just, like, you know, spark up your passion in ways maybe that you've never seen before. And all this energy is just going to be emanating out of you. And you're going to manifest a lot of great things this year and in the years to come. Just remember to believe in your dreams. Focus on your desires and have that enthusiasm to, like, lead yourself and through the destination and through the journey of it, and keep pursuing it. And the more you do that, the more that's gonna expand in your life, and the more that things are just gonna keep happening for you that are for your better. So I just see you being in your power, and I see you taking action in the right areas, and that's honestly, like, you should be very proud of yourself for that, because after having to let a lot go, there's going to be a lot to come in that's going to be really ideally what you've been wanting for a long time. Okay, Capricorn, well, that's all I have for you, and honestly, be so excited for this year ahead of you, because you're going to create big shifts and changes for yourself, and it's all going to be for the better. So I hope you guys have a splendid new year, and if you want to do a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can go to the description link box below and go to my Instagram, Mystic Yasmin, and you can send me a message. So I hope you guys have a blessed day, and until next time, Capricorn.